never has really gotten his just due. Criminally underrated. Let's see what he's got in store for us in this one. Dr. Steelhammer, Vladimir Klitschko, the two-time heavyweight champion of the world. You're looking at the most dominant heavyweight of his era.
Wow, someone's been really generous here, giving away a lot of weight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes. Fighting out of the blue corner from Kyiv, Ukraine, here is the Olympic gold medalist and the longtime unified heavyweight champion of the world, known as Dr. Steelhammer, introducing Vladimir Klitschko.
Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
The fighters have got to stay focused, concentrate, don't get carried away. They're not part of the carnival. They're the action.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Clean jab. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. A lot of pre-match drama, and they will settle their score under the sun here in this outdoor venue.
If you are on the losing side of this fight, Tom, and the heat is on, it's the worst place to be, so you've got to make sure you prepped right for this. And right now, I'm looking to fight that doesn't look like they're prepped right.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Missing with that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Body shot, straight right hand to the stomach. Well done with that counter shot. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Okay, I'm happy.
And there's the bell to start round 2. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move, you hit and you don't get hit.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Those counter punches have to hurt. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They exchange punches. Misses with the jab. And he scores with the counter. You would not want to be hit by this guy, trust me. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nope, that jab not going to score. You can't. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complete.
There's the bell to start round 3. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. Perfect counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Perfect counter lands. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Nice counter. That one will count. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He threw a punch and just got countered. Which fighter will say no mas? Nice counter punch right up the middle. Just missed with that hook. How about that time counter shot? Judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Wow.
And there's the bell to start round 4. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Counter punch. That jab doesn't score. Catch and shoot. Beautiful counter shot. And this with that jab. Nice counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That counter shot lands. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. These two were made for each other. He misses with that straight left. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. There's the bell to start round 5. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Nice counter shot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Good counter punching. Punch, counter punch. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Try to relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Nice counter punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He's dominating him, and he's going to let him know all about it. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. In that last round.
Big deep breath.
There's the bell to start round 6. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Well done with that counter shot. Looks like they're going to mix up their strategy a little bit here. Nice counter shot. How about that time counter shot? This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics.
We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come to me.
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, he's got Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in it.
There's always a way back.
It was a bad round, but we don't care.
And there's the bell for round 7. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs would feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Catch and shoot. Punch, counter punch. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. These two fighters are made for one another. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he misses with the left uppercut. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes and
What do you do?
there's the bell to start round 8. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? Excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Whoa, Larry Holmes on the back foot. A much better game plan here. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nothing like a little taunting to get your opponent riled up. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Misses with the straight left. Can you believe this? Klitschko is down! And it's a one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
No surprise there, a unanimous decision. We're 20,000 leagues under the sea. Welcome to the Atlantis. And next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. And here is the legend himself, Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And standing across the ring from him, perhaps the greatest to ever do it, Sugar Ray Robinson. Doesn't have an ounce of fat on his body, tipped the scales at the middleweight limit, 160 pounds. He's 5'11" inches tall and has a reach of 72.4 inches.
This is it. This is that fight. This is that argument. I don't know what to expect.
Saul Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico. Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the most skilled fighters.
This bout is...
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been... High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Good counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Good defense on that right hook. Punch, counter punch. Jab slightly off target. How about that time counter shot? They exchange punches. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
You just see the nerves on the fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got...
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Oh, my word. Canelo just got clipped. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Trying to land that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well done with that counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Slick. All right. Only one round that you lost. Don't worry about it. Power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab. Don't get carried away. Think about the fight, because he's going to be confident. I want you to go back out there and take his confidence away.
On to the second round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Oh, that punch. Catch and shoot. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he scores with the counter. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twist you do. So you've got to fight a counter punch is smart.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. There's a counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
I think we'd see more accuracy. Good counter punching. Misses. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Good one. He misses with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
I like that round. Good.
Here we go to the 4th round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then,
hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Nice counter. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. The resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter shot. Solid punch. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. He just misses with that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that lap. There's the bell to start round 5. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Not sure if I'd be taunting right now. Counter lands. They blocked that right hook. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there.
Oh my God, Johnny! We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. And a round that seemed like an... There's the bell to start round 6. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Insane action. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Caution is being thrown to the wind. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Nice counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That counter punch caught him clean. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be... And there's the bell for round 7. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr. well, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter shot. So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. Those counter punches have to hurt. A perfect counter shot. Oh my goodness. I want to see that one more time.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your play.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Get up, look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the court.
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Talk about Alvarez in that last. And there's the bell for round 8. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Nice punch. You'd like to see more jabs. That counter shot lands. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there, and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace, you can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Both men step back for just a moment. Beautiful counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Wow, let's take another look at that.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Well, he's had enough, and he is gonna quit. So they will throw in the towel. The corner has stopped it. They won't be happy about that, but c'est la vie.